Hey everyone, welcome to Apex Stars. My name is Arun Goyal. I am working as a solution architect at Cloud Technology Noida, India. I am also 20x certified in Salesforce ecosystem. One can reach out to me to my website, which is www.arunsfdc.com. One can also reach out to me to my LinkedIn and my Twitter handle, which is Arun@arunsfdc. So today we're going to talk about Salesforce DevOps Center, the key consideration, DevOps Center setup, and also work item, and we'll be showcasing the scope and limitation. The DevOps Center is change management and release management tool, which is natively offered by the Salesforce and governed by the Salesforce only. It allows developers and admin to build the Salesforce application and deploy the same. It is giving point and click interface, which will be easy to manage the environment, track the changes, integrate the source control system, and deploy the Salesforce application. The key consideration would be, right now everybody is using change set nowadays in the projects, so there won't be any changes or any enhancement will be happening to change set, although there is no immediate plan for the retiring change set. Now, the prerequisite to use DevOps Center, version control will be required, and right now only GitHub integration is available currently. Maybe in the future they will be coming with the more integration with the Bitbucket, Azure DevOps, and GitLab. Right now DevOps Center is not available for the classic. It is only available in Lightning enabled org only, and it is supported only production and developer edition. It is not supported in the sandbox. If you are already using any CI/CD pipelines or any tool, so along with that you can start using the DevOps Center as well. They will be adding more capabilities in the near future. As a part of DevOps Center, one will be able to install and configure, which will be showcasing if you are having a appropriate permission, so you will be able to install this DevOps Center in your org. We will be having multiple permissions for the DevOps Center. So DevOps Center and the first one and the last one, DevOps name credential. So when you will be installing a package, so these permission set will be coming automatically in the org with the package. So these two permission set in the first and the number 5 are mandatory or the prerequisite to whom you wanted to assign a DevOps Center, or to whom you wanted they will be using DevOps Center. Now as per the role, there are more change set, which is the DevOps Center Manager, DevOps Center Release Manager, and DevOps Initialize Environment. So manager is something who handling the projects, who will be creating a project, who will be handling environments, who will be handling users. So for that user you can use DevOps Center Manager permission set. That is an add-on capability or add-on control you are giving. Now Release Manager is somebody who is performing changes okay to the higher environment. So for that particular person you need to assign DevOps Center Release Manager. That is again DevOps Center and the DevOps Center Release Manager. And initialize environment, you might be having multiple connections or maybe multiple DevOps where your developer will be working. So who will be handling those connections or who will be doing that? They will be using this initialize environment permission set. What is the work item, guys? Work item is something when anybody works in any of the PM tool like Jira or maybe Trello, so they will be assigning a story. So you can treat it work item as a story. Now let's jump in the action, guys. Are you able to see my screen? So we have to go to the setup, guys, and let's search with the DevOps Center. So by default, guys, in your org it will be disabled, so you need to enable that, and we need to install package. So you need to click this, and whosoever is already worked in the Salesforce, so they know how the package will be installed. So it will be asking install for admin only, install for all user on specific profile. Right now I am doing all users and click on install. There's a pop-up, they ask you to accept this The package may send receive data from the third party website, so they are getting your consent. So let me click on the continue. It might take a few minutes, guys. So meanwhile, if you can go to the DevOps Center page, setup page, so they have also given you this documentation. Okay, so what we'll be doing, we will be like following this document, so which is starting from the enable and install DevOps Center in the org. So confirm this particular step, which we just already done that, confirm DevOps Center. So once it will be done, so we need to confirm by going in the setup and the install package, and then we can continue from there. So if I go to the install package in the setup menu, guys, I've already opened for you. So you can see DevOps Center have been installed, right? And you can see the date and the time. It is coming just now, 8:51 p.m. 29th of January. Okay, just now we have installed. Now we have shown you the this particular documentation from Salesforce. So we'll be continuing with this. So we'll be going with the enable and install DevOps Center. So this is the first step. We need to go to the setup and we need to install this package. We have already done that. We have already verified. Now we need to create this connected app, guys. So what it is telling, we have to go to the app manager. So let me search app manager. Let me create new connected app as has been told in this documentation. The name of the DevOps Center. Contact email ID including mine. Now, which is a tiny URL for the my connected app logo. And this is my application URL. So just be careful, guys, when you are copy and paste. Okay, you don't need to miss anything. So we have copied name, API name will be coming automatically, contact email. We have put ours, logo image, and description also. I need to copy this. So that is up to you, whatever values you want to put. But just for this demo purpose, we are just copy and paste everything. And let me save it. This is a pretty important part, guys. And if I go here, it's saying click manage. Let me click manage. And we have to go to the permission set. So when we are installing this package, guys, there are some permission set which will be coming with the package only. So they are asking to assign this permission set. This is a SF DevOps name credential, which I am doing right now, and let me save it. Now they are saying add a team member, right, for this. So we already have mine user, so I'll be assigning those permission set to the to mine user. But if you are working in a production org where you have installed DevOps Center, you very well control this to whom you wanted to give the DevOps Center access. So it is not always necessary to have the Salesforce internal license. What you can do, you can create a identity licenses user, okay, and then you can assign the permission set to the particular user so that they can use only DevOps Center. But right now, for the sake of demo, I am doing for mine user, which is Arun Goyal, and let me go to permission set assignment, and let me do the assignments as well. So right now I am assigning all the permission set, guys, to mine user. Okay, this has been done. So guys, there are 5 types of permission set Let me jump on the presentation. So whosoever wanted to use the DevOps Center, so base permission set is DevOps Center. That this permission set has to be assigned to any of the user for which you wanted to use this DevOps Center. So all DevOps Center users should be having this DevOps Center. Now DevOps Center Manager is something is a more it will be having more permissions. So if somebody is working as a manager in your team, so you can give that permission set to that particular person. And now the release manager also is having the permission set, the separate one. So you can assign this permission set to any of the user who will be working as a release manager, who will be handling the promotion of the code to the higher branches and higher environment. And there are two more, SFDC, SF DevOps initial environment and also SF DevOps name credential. So these also will be giving to the people, okay, who will be managing connection. So this is for the connection, guys, initial environment. And now this is name credential is something, it will be helping you to authenticate. So DevOps Center and name credential, these are the two permission set that has to be given to any of the user, whatever the permission they will be having, whatever the control they will be having. Apart from this, these three permission set, you can identify if they are working as a manager or release manager, or they will be controlling the connection, or they will be managing the connections. When I say connection means you might be having multiple dev environment, okay, where the developer will be building their stories. So you need to connect your org in the DevOps Center. We'll showcase that how you can do that, but that is meant by the connections. So as I already shown you, we have already connected to my user with those permission set. Now this is session setting also we have to check. So let me go to the session setting, again setup, and we can search session setting. Okay, so we need to verify this checkbox should not be checked, which is a log session to the IP from which they have been originated. So this, if it is checked, so you need to uncheck this. So let's do the search. So in my org, it is already been deselect. So in the dev org, it will be deselect only, but maybe if you are working in any of the org, it might be selected. So make sure it should be deselect. Now we are good on this. Now we also need to, let me go with the GitHub as well, so that at least, let me go to the GitHub, because DevOps Center only will work with the GitHub repo. So let me log into my GitHub. I already logged in. Now let me search DevOps Center in my apps. So I am able to find it because it will be installed with the package, and it is available now. So once you'll be able to install your package, your app will also be able to get it over here. Okay, so let's load it. It might take a few minutes because first time it's loading, guys. It's load. Now we have to create a new project. So once you click a new project, so it's asking for connect to the GitHub. Okay, that is a prerequisite, guys. If you are not having a GitHub, you need to create your own GitHub repository and you need to connect to that particular GitHub account. Now, as I already logged into the GitHub, so it is taking the SSO login. If it is not, so it will be asking you the username and password. Let me click again to the new project and let me say Apex Hours DevOps. Okay. Now I am the repository owner. You can create a repository also. You can also use the existing repository. But for this demo, I am creating a new repository with the name of Apex Hours DevOps. And let me save it. So far you can see only these repo, guys. Okay. It's done now. Now if I refresh it, you can see this new repo has been came. So now you can see only main branch is there, nothing is there apart from this. So it is having a skeleton of the project, whatever will be. If we are working on a Salesforce, so everybody knows the structure of this. So it is having the empty project right now. Now we need to connect our release environment. So this is my production org. So I am treating this particular org where I am installing my DevOps as a production org. Okay. If you wanted to use any of the org as a production, you can very well use it. And also, it is not always necessary to use the DevOps center within the same org. You can have the DevOps center installed in a very separate org, and you can have any production org apart from the this org. Okay. So I just click on the click to connect. It will be redirecting to get me the username and password. So let me put I am putting the same org credential, guys, but it's up to you whether you wanted to use the same org depending on the business, because normally you won't be getting this credential. Okay, this setup has been done by the admin only, and you only will be able to manage only on your connection. Okay, you won't be getting the access to the production, but right now we are just treating this as a production. Let me refresh it, guys. You can see release environment also has been came with the same URL. Okay, because we are treating it as a production. Now let's see the pipelines as well, guys. So normally when you see any of the CI/CD pipeline, there might be different environment involved, different stages, but for the sake of demo, we are only keeping UAT in the production. We are removing the staging, we are removing integration, but in your project it might be the case. So you can have n number of the stages and n number of the environments, okay, in your CI/CD pipelines. Right now we are keeping it simple. We are having our own dev org, so we will be having developer 1 org and developer 2 org, and also we are having one UAT org and the same in the production org. So let me click on add development. So I am calling it Apex Hours developer 1 dev 1 org, and click on login. It's loading, guys. Okay, so let me put username and password. So in the backend, I've already created some orgs, guys. So I'm putting those credentials. So for the demo perspective, guys, we have created 2 dev org. One is a dev 1 we will be calling, one other one will be dev 2 will be calling, and apart from that, we also have another dev environment which is a UAT. So we'll be connecting all of them. So now you can see it's reloading now. So you can see one environment has been came. Now let me also add another one, apexars dev2org. Let me connect that. So there is no limitation, guys. You can add as many of the org. So when you will be working in the production, so you can create a sandbox. So when they are saying it is not supported in sandbox, that means you cannot install the DevOps Center in sandbox. But what you can do, you can install in the production or in any of the org, and you can connect the sandboxes. Okay. So by saying it is not supported in sandbox, that doesn't mean you cannot use sandbox as a connection. You can very well use connections, okay, in the as a sandbox, but you cannot install the DevOps Center app, right? That the package. So that is how they build calling. So we successfully added the dev1 and dev2 environments. Now let me also connect this UAT. This is the third environment we are treating as a UAT of us. Okay, now let me, the name of this same apexars dev UAT. It's loading, guys. Let me do the password. Okay, let's reload this. You can see it's not connected. Okay, apexars DevOps UAT is an environment name. Now you can see we have the development environments, also the stage name we are keeping UAT, and it's asking the specify branch. Also there's a redo button. This is the building stage, so we are bundling stage, so we are obviously having a radio button checked. It seems like whenever many developers will be working on the studies, so you wanted to perform these changes to be promoted to the production as a bundle, right? You don't want it to promote single story to the production. So that's how we can use this option. Okay, now we can do the specify branch. So I am putting UAT as a branch name. So you can also use the existing branch, and also you can use the new branch. Okay, I am creating a new branch, guys. So let me save it. Right now you have seen we also only have the main branch. Okay, so when you create any of the projects, so main branch will be coming automatically. And if I refresh it, guys, so nothing is coming. Okay, but now you already got this branch. Okay, and now if you can see in the branch, in the production, it is having a main branch. So let me activate this. So it's activating, guys. Let me again refresh this Git. And if you can see, we have got the UAT branch, guys. Okay, and always remember, whatever the branch we'll be creating as a new, if I go here, okay, so on the right hand side, whatever the branch will be selected. If on the left hand side, the branch will be created as a new, so it will be it will be taking the reference from the right hand side branch. Okay, so in our case, main branch on the right side, because it was a production, so it took the reference of the main, and the UAT has been cut it off from there only. Okay, so now we have set up our CI/CD pipeline. Now, for example, I am working as a BA, okay, and taking a persona. So one story has to be given to the developer. So let me create a story. Build a field on account object. And let me put the description. Field should have name as Apex source. Apex source. It should like checkbox. Okay, so this is how usually you will be creating a story. Okay, and you can do the numbering, whatever you want, right? It should be checkbox, and the name should be as Apex source. And also you need to assign to the particular developer. So right now I am treating myself as a developer. So let me save it. Now BA part has been done. They have created a story. Now as a developer, I logged into the system. I go to the DevOps Center, the project which I have been working on, and I can see this work item has been assigned to me. Okay, and let me click on that to see what has to be done. So they are telling me, if I go to the details, they are telling me I need to create this field, and that field should be the checkbox type. Okay, and this should be an account object. Now there are two options, guys. I want to develop and commit my changes from the DevOps Center using connected development environment, or should I go and develop my changes outside the DevOps Center? Right now I am using DevOps Center only, and I am selecting my dev1 org, guys. Okay, and I click on the proceed. Okay, it's asking is out of sync. Let me sync it. Okay, 1 minute, guys. There are some unpending work, so that's how this option has been came. We'll talk about this pop-up more in the end of the session, but meanwhile let me sync it up. Let me tell you, although in the UAT we do have a different environment. So in the UAT we already have got some extra development has been done, which is not in the dev1 environment. That's how they have been built a smart system, so that it's right, comparing the metadata. So the same thing is happening for the dev2 as well. So let me sync this also. But when you will be working in the fresh orgs, it won't be happening. Okay, now everything has been done. Let me go to the work item again, and let me click on the work item which has been assigned to me as a developer, and let me select my dev1 org, and let me click on proceed. Now if you notice, guys, they are saying created branch WI0000. So if I go here, nothing is there. Okay, as soon as I launch this, so the branch will be created automatically. You can see this branch has been created automatically. We have not done anything on the Git. Everything is being handled by the Salesforce DevOps Center, right? And now you can see this also. This is coming. Now you can open the dev environment from here only. Let me click this. So it will be opening the dev1 environment in the new tab. And let me start development, guys. As a developer, it's taking a bit time. Now go to the object manager. So if you notice guys, we are already logged into the dev1 center. Okay, my production org URL is this one, dev develop. But if you notice, I am on this butter pecan and Gemini, and let me click on the account tab. Now click on the field and relationship. So everybody is aware of how we can create a field. So let me click on the new button and let me select the checkbox with the checkbox, guys. Here's the checkbox, and let me click next. Apex hours. Okay. Now by default I'm keeping it unchecked. Next, and save it. Now I have done with my development. Okay, now back to the DevOps center, guys. I need to push my changes. Normally when you are doing your development, you need to push your changes to the branches, your feature branch you can think of. So this branch I am treating as a feature, WI0000. So let me pull my changes, guys. There's a button in the DevOps center, pull changes. So I just clicked on that, guys, and there's a multiple changes has been pulled out, but my changes are only this one, account of the Apex hours. Also we can have this layout because I have also added this particular field on the layout, so this is also coming, but right now I am not selecting those. Somehow if you are not able to get your changes in the by clicking on the pull changes button, you can have the option add component manually. So this will be giving you the feature. You can leverage that. You can select the component type, you can select file name, and you can also filter it out. Okay, so this will be giving you the component which you have done the changes in the org. So let me select this account Apex hours and let me put my message first commit. That's how we do, right? And let me click on the commit changes, guys. So right now you can see in progress is only visible. So you can see committing. Okay, committing initiated. Cloning repository, so that is again have been governed by only by the DevOps center. We are not doing anything manually, guys. So now it is pushing. Now if I go back in my GitHub repo and the branch, you can see one pull request has been done, right? And you can see one commit also has been done. If I go here and go here, you can see this one. Now this account field is coming, right? Apex hours. So we have not done anything. We just made a connection. Everything has been governed by the Salesforce DevOps center. And now as a developer, okay, you don't want to get your business or your architect don't want to push the code. Just now what you'll be doing, you'll be creating a review, right? So when you are pushing your code to the any of the branches, you need to do the review of the code. So now it is coming in the any review. So now as a developer, you are done with your work. Okay, so you have done the development, you have pushed your code. Now as a manager or as an architect, I'll be coming over here, and what I can see in review is a status of that. Okay, that is again is a part of your TL or maybe your architect. Now it will be coming as in review. So what do you need to do as a architect or as a TL? You will be going the changes. Okay, you need to go to this source control branch and you will be reviewing that. Okay, and let me click on this, or let me click from there only. Or you can say view change request also from here. This will also work. Okay, so now you can see whatever the changes they have done. And okay, so you can review this, okay, whatever the commit they have done. And now if I click on this first commit, you can see this has been added. Now you go back to the DevOps Center, you don't need to do anything in the GitHub. So what you need to do, there's a ready to promote button. Okay, now as an architect, as a team lead, you have reviewed the code of the developer. Now that is okay as per your thought. Okay, if you wanted to put any of the comment, you can obviously do. Okay, now this is ready to promote. Now your tech arc or your team lead work has been done. Now the release manager has been came to the system, and obviously we can control via the permission set, which we talked about in the beginning. So we can see ready to promote is coming, guys. Okay, so the release manager will log into the system and they will be going to the DevOps Center. Now it's saying ready to promote. Okay, and which is ready to promote? WI00. So what he will be doing, he or she, they will be going to the pipeline. And we are not doing anything in here, right, guys? So now they have to select what action item or what work item has to be promoted, and they have to select that and click on the promote selected, guys. Okay, and now click on the promote selected. It's asking changes not in the UAT stage, and test option you can also run your classes as well. Right now I'm marking the default only, but you can run your test classes as well. So what it will be doing, it will be pushing the changes from the branches which has been created to the UAT, and also it will be deploying the code from UAT to a UAT org as well, guys. So you can see checkout branch is UAT, now deploying metadata to this, and now it is pushing to the UAT branch. Perfect. So our changes has been came to the UAT, guys. Okay, if I go here and let me show you. Okay, and if you notice, the pull request already been there, being created, merge UAT to production, right? We have not created that, but it has been created in the backend because we have promoted to the changes to the UAT. It is not gone to the production. Obviously, that is the final stage, but still it is not, right? So, and if I go here, we cannot see this feature branch, okay, which has been created automatically because that has been merged to the UAT, guys. You can see 2 commits ahead of the main, right? And if I see, you can see 5 minutes ago, it has been got the changes. This one you can see. So how smart is the system? So far, if you notice, guys, we have not done anything in the Git. Everything has been governed by the DevOps Center, and we just using DevOps Center as a BA, as a developer, as a tech lead to review the code, as a release manager to promote the code. Now the second type of the work item, it might be, let's suppose we are working on LWC component. So let me create a work item. Okay, create a LWC component, and you can put anything, but let me also assign it to me. So that is the BA part. Okay, now this is the new work item, okay, which has been assigned to me. So it might be possible I don't want it to develop this inside the my org, okay, because the one type is LWC also, but there might be some maybe field if you are working in a classes, if you are working in a page. So it might not necessarily you will be always working in a DevOps Center only, like inside the org. So what I need to do, I wanted to develop and commit my changes to the work item feature branch from the outside DevOps Center. So this option I am selecting right now, guys, and let me click on the proceed. If you notice, it's also create this 000001 as a work item as a branch. If I refresh it, you can see it is coming. Okay, now as a developer, what I'm doing right now, let me go to the VS Code because LWC only possible via the VS Code, guys. And let me clone the repository. It's opening. So it might take some time, guys, because it's activating extension. And what we will be doing over here, initially we connected dev1 and dev2 environment. So in dev1 we have done everything inside the DevOps org. Now what we'll be doing, we will be connecting to the developer 2 environment, and we'll be try to create a new LWC component, and we can take through with that. So let's wait, guys. Okay, so guys, let's see. So now it's been connected to the main org. Let me check to the main branch. Let me check out to the WI000001, which has been newly created, and I also connected my org to the dev2 environment. And let's do create a new component. Okay, create Lightning Web component. I'm naming as a Apex SARS component, and let me select the default directory. And let me also put something inside that heading. This is my Apex SARS. Let me deploy to my dev org, which is dev2 org currently, whichever we have been associated. Now we wanted to push it to the branch. Okay, the newly created branch. Second commit, I'm putting my message. I'm doing commit, and I'm push my changes, guys. So we have done the development, guys. For now, you can think of, and let me go to the Git. Or not. Okay, so if you can see, if I go here in my newly created branch, so you can see we have been got this LWC component here. You can see now, and if I go back to the DevOps Center, it is in progress. So as a developer, what I need to do, I need to create a pull request. From where? From 001 to the UAT, right? And let me see second changes. Create pull request. And then merge it. So before, let's suppose your team lead or your arc will be getting changed, or okay, getting checked this code, and they are okay with that. Obviously they will be merging outside that. Now if I go back to the DevOps Center, you can see, let me refresh it, guys. So it is coming in review by default, right? So it is checking always in the back end what is happening. Although we have not done anything in the DevOps Center, everything is being done outside DevOps Center, but your status is keep changing. Okay, in progress to the ready, in review, not the ready to promote. And if you can notice, it's saying merge externally, guys. Okay, this is pretty important. So as a release manager, I'll be going. So everything has been done in this, okay, in the GitHub. Now as a release manager, I need to go. Now what we need to do? Complete promotion, because we already merged this. So we need to do this complete promotion. Okay, and then what it will be doing? It will be deploying the changes from the UAT branch to the UAT org. Okay, because we already merged outside the org, right? It's externally. We are not using DevOps Center. In the first scenario, we have used DevOps Center, so everything was there in the DevOps Center only. It was creating a pull request, and it has been also deploying the same thing in the UAT. But now we have merged externally, but it's not been deployed to the UAT. That's what this is coming. Now, as you have seen, everything has been came to the UAT. Now, as we have done, this is a bundling stage route, right? So we have got 2 stories. Now these are the ready to promote to the production. Okay, let's click on this. Okay, it's still processing, guys. 1 minute, let me refresh it. So both of the stories, and we wanted to promote to the production. Now we are saying release 1.0. So everything is same, only this is coming because it is going to the production or the release org. So that's how we should be getting the versioning, so that we can identify in the later point of time. And now you can also run the test classes as well. And we can also validate as well, or we wanted to promote. Okay, run as a validate only deployment. If you don't want to deploy, just validate, you need to check this review button. Okay, but right now we wanted to deploy that. Let me click on the promote. So if you can see, it's promoting to the UAT. It's merging from UAT to the production. So this is a pull request we have. It's already been created in the backend. And it should be deployed to the production, guys. Production is same as the release org. Now it has been done, guys. If I see the work item, so it's been closed and closed, and dev environment is coming in the dev 1 org in the first work item, but in second it is not coming because we have done all the development, even the pull request, merging everything outside the DevOps Center, and it doesn't necessarily with dev environment we have been selecting. That's how it is not getting reflected over here. Now if I can show you quickly, let me get back to the production. Okay, and let's verify, right? Let's see object manager, and let's see account object, and let's see field relationship. We can see Apex hours has been done, and we can see the timing. Just now we just deployed, right? So we can verify 11:04 p.m. and it's now 11:05 p.m. and also on the same time, let me check the LWC component as well, guys. The name was Apex hours component. You can see Apex hours component is there, and it is again 11:04 p.m. Now we have seen both of the scenarios, guys. One is the developer has been developed everything inside the DevOps Center, and we have also seen the scenario where we have developed outside the DevOps Center. Now coming on the pipeline, guys. So now if you notice in the dev 1 and dev 2 environment, let's suppose the new story will be coming to the first person. Okay, so the whatever we have developed on the dev 1 is not on the dev 2. Whatever we have developed on dev 2, it is not on dev 1, right? So what we can do, DevOps Center also provide you this feature. You can see what is not in sync. Okay, so it says the w.001 is not in the sync. Okay, here are the work item in the Apex UAT, but not in the dev1 environment. Okay, if I click on this, it's saying w0000 is not in the this. Okay, so what we can do, guys, we can sync this. When we can click on sync and we can start syncing. So whatever is in the UAT will be synced back to the dev1, and we can do the same thing in the dev2 as well. So that once the developer will be starting, or the team will be starting with the fresh story of as development, it might be having a dependency to the previous one, so that they can start their development. For example, the field which we have created in the work item 1, it might be needed in the second story, maybe the class we have to develop, and the field has to be used over there. So we are synchronizing from UAT to the dev2. So that's how we have concluded our sessions, guys. We'll be also publishing the slides, everything. The only you need to keep in mind while using the DevOps Center is not available to install in the sandboxes, and also the Git is quite mandatory for the same. Thank you so much, guys, for the time.